Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Savannah Chrisley reverses her position on kids. Savannah Chrisley took over custody of her younger siblings, Chloe and Grayson Chrisley, when her parents, Todd and Julie, went to federal prison camps. Now that she's experienced being a parent, the Chrisley Knows Best alum reversed previous decisions she'd made about having kids. Savannah Chrisley wanted lots of kids. Todd's daughter wanted children, but when she heard about his long 12-year sentence for tax and fraud-related offenses, she told him she couldn't marry or raise children while he sat behind bars. Well, as it turned out, Chloe, her dad's adopted grandchild, and Grayson Chrisley keep her very busy. These days, more of her social media posts are about them, rather than long, lazy days dressing in clothing that makes her look hot. Chrisley Knows Best fans give Savannah Chrisley a hard time about the way she raises her siblings. In fact, some of them accuse her of being a terrible parent, especially with Chloe, who sometimes seems out of control. Actually, when her parents were famous for their reality TV show, some fans claimed that the kid was spoiled rotten by Todd and Julie. Chrisley Knows Best star reverses on having kids. People reported that the former USA Network star spoke on the Adversity Advantage podcast about having kids, and it seems that she got a massive wake-up call after parenting her two younger siblings. Bear in mind, she didn't hanker to become their mom. In her 20s, she looked forward to raising her own, and she said that she didn't mind how many God sends her. Savannah Chrisley seems to have dumped the idea of letting God send her any random number of children. In her discussion, she explained that she realized a lot of things about parenting, so it doesn't seem like she plans for hordes of kids. Savannah also said that raising her siblings definitely opened her mind to how important bringing a child into this world is. Notably, she learned that life is difficult with kids. After all, it's just made me realize that when that time does come for me to have kids, every little decision matters and impacts your child. Savannah Chrisley was no stranger to making headlines. As a reality TV star and the fiercely independent daughter of Todd and Julie Chrisley, she had long been celebrated for her unapologetic candor and unshakable confidence. Whether it was navigating the highs and lows of her personal life or fiercely defending her family, Savannah's every move seemed to captivate her loyal fan base. But her most recent revelation caught even her most devoted followers off guard. For years, Savannah had been vocal about her hesitation toward motherhood. She'd often stated, both on Chrisley Knows Best and in interviews, that having kids was not high on her list of priorities. Between her thriving beauty brand, Sassy by Savannah, and her responsibilities in helping raise her younger siblings following her parents' legal troubles, Savannah felt her plate was already full. "I just don't see myself having kids anytime soon," she had once said during a podcast interview. "It's not that I don't love children, I absolutely adore them. But I'm just not in a place where I feel like I can give a child everything they deserve." That perspective had, until recently, defined Savannah's stance on motherhood. Yet, in a heartfelt post on her Instagram, accompanied by a candid video of her speaking directly to her followers, Savannah revealed that her position had changed. The turning point. The shift, Savannah explained, wasn't something that happened overnight. Over the past year, she had been quietly reflecting on her life and her purpose. Part of that reflection came from her experience raising her brother Grayson and niece Chloe, both of whom she had taken under her wing after Todd and Julie's sentencing. "Being there for Grayson and Chloe has been the hardest, most rewarding thing I've ever done," Savannah admitted in the video. "It's taught me so much about patience, love, and what it means to put someone else's needs before your own. And honestly, it's made me rethink everything I thought I knew about being a parent." Savannah went on to share a particularly poignant moment that had served as the catalyst for her change of heart. One evening, after a particularly tough day, Chloe had crawled into Savannah's lap, wrapped her little arms around her neck, and whispered, "You're my favorite grown-up." "I just broke down crying," Savannah confessed. "In that moment I realized that being there for Chloe, showing up for her in every way I can, it's the most fulfilling thing I've ever done. And it made me think, maybe I do want this, someday. Maybe I do want to be a mom." Facing the doubts. Despite this newfound desire, Savannah was quick to admit that her journey to accepting the idea of motherhood hadn't been without its challenges. "I still have my doubts," she said. I've spent so much of my life trying to prove that I can be strong and independent. The idea of bringing a child into the world, it's terrifying. What if I mess up? What if I'm not enough? Savannah also touched on the societal pressures she faced as a public figure. People love to tell women what they should or shouldn't do with their lives, she said. For the longest time, I felt like I had to fight against this expectation that I needed to settle down and have kids to be happy. But now I'm realizing, it's not about what anyone else thinks, it's about what feels right for me. The support system. Savannah credited much of her newfound perspective to her siblings and close friends. She described how her brother Chase, often known for his comedic antics on Chrisley Knows Best, had offered her heartfelt advice during a recent conversation. Chase told me, "Savannah, you're already a mom in so many ways. You love hard, you protect the people you care about, and you give everything you've got to make sure they're okay. That's all a kid needs." And hearing that from him, it really stuck with me. She also mentioned her friend group, which includes several young moms who have inspired her with their ability to balance careers and parenthood. "I look at my friends and how they're raising these incredible little humans while still chasing their dreams, and it gives me hope. It makes me think, maybe I can do this too, when the time is right." A message to her followers. Savannah ended her video with a heartfelt message to her fans. "I know there are so many women out there who feel the same way I did. Unsure, scared, maybe even a little lost when it comes to the idea of having kids. And I just want to say, it's okay to feel that way. It's okay to not have it all figured out. But also, don't close yourself off to the possibility. You might surprise yourself like I did." The response from her followers was overwhelmingly positive. Comments flooded in from fans who praised Savannah for her vulnerability and honesty. "You've always been an inspiration, Savannah," one follower wrote. "Thank you for sharing your journey with us." Another commented, "It's so refreshing to see someone in the spotlight talk about these feelings. Motherhood isn't one size fits all, and you're proof of that." What's next for Savannah? As Savannah continues to navigate this new chapter in her life, she's not rushing into any decisions. "I'm still taking things one day at a time," she said. "Right now, my focus is on being the best sister and guardian I can be for Grayson and Chloe. But I know that when the time comes, if I do decide to have kids, I'll be ready for it." In the meantime, Savannah plans to channel her energy into her career and her advocacy work. She's particularly passionate about using her platform to support children in foster care, a cause that has become close to her heart through her experience raising Chloe. "I want to give back in any way I can," she said. "Every child deserves to feel loved and supported, and if I can play even a small part in making that happen, it'll all be worth it." With her trademark determination and newfound clarity, Savannah Chrisley is proving once again that she's not afraid to evolve, and to do so on her own terms. And for her fans, that's exactly why they'll continue to root for her every step of the way.